Hello and welcome to Box Score Baseball, a channel in which we break down the career of various MLB players and score them based on their playing ability. For my first analysis, I chose one of my favorite players to watch and use in video games growing up, Adam Dunn, who had a unique career to put it lightly. Stay tuned for an analysis of Dunn's career and an evaluation on the box score at the end of the video. So without further delay, this is the career of Adam Dunn. Enjoy. Let's start with some background information. Dunn was born on November 9th, 1979 in Houston, Texas, and was drafted 50th overall in the 1998 draft by the Cincinnati Reds. Dunn was also built like an armored tank, standing and imposing 6'6" and weighing 285 pounds. Needless to say, if I was a pitcher and saw Dunn strolling up to the plate, I'd be pretty damn scared to face him. Dunn bounced around quite a bit in his MLB playing career, debuting with the Reds on July 20th, 2001 before being traded to the Diamondbacks later in the 2008 season. Dunn also played for the Nationals from 2009-2010, the White Sox from 2011 to 2014, before being traded to the A's in the latter portion of the 2014 season, whom he later retired with that year. To no surprise, with Dunn's massive physique, he was a pure power hitter, and when Dunn got the barrel on the ball, he obliterated baseballs. He wasn't a run-of-the-mill hitter to hit homers that went 2 rows into the seats. And Dunn displayed this power blatantly, as he had 6 seasons with 40-plus home runs, 10 seasons with 30-plus home runs, 12 seasons with 25-plus home runs, and the amazing part about this is Dunn had only a 14-year career, meaning that he only had 2 seasons where he didn't have 25 or more home runs in his career. When Dunn retired in 2014, he finished with a career total of 462 home runs, which is tied 37th all-time with a man you might know by the name of Jose Canseco. And for those of you who care, Dunn's single-season high in home runs was 46 in 2004 with the Reds. Let's take a look at some of Dunn's other offensive highlights. From 2004 to 2008, Dunn hit 40-plus home runs, drove in 100 or more RBIs, except for 2006, which he drove in only 92, and drew over 100-plus walks. Dunn also probably has the most contradicting plate discipline out of any MLB player ever, which I will get to momentarily. Dunn had 8 seasons with 100 or more walks, finishing with a career total of 1,317 and averaging 107 in a 162-game span. Dunn also had 7 seasons with 10 or more intentional walks, as many pitchers would rather walk Dunn than risk the long ball from him. Dunn also had 8 seasons with 90-plus runs and 4 seasons with over 99 or more RBIs. And here's another crazy fact about Dunn. In 2004, Adam Dunn supposedly hit a ball out of the state of Ohio. Yes, you heard that right, out of the state of Ohio. Dunn supposedly hit the ball and traveled over the catwalk in Great American Ballpark, which later rolled into the state of Kentucky, according to the comments section in the video, which I will link below. I highly recommend it. It's a pretty crazy shot. It supposedly traveled 535 feet, which I believe is the longest home run of the millennium. Alright, y'all, it's time for a geography lesson. Get 2 for the price of 1 here at Box Score Baseball. This is a map of Cincinnati, and if you look closely, you can see Great American Ballpark on the edge of the Ohio River. Beyond that river and across the bridge is the state of Kentucky. Now this is Great American Ballpark, where the Reds play. For a visual, the land over yonder beyond right field is Kentucky. Supposedly, Dunn hit the ball over the batter's eye in center, the ball later bouncing or clearing the roof before bouncing into the river, and drifting its way into the state of Kentucky. If this doesn't show you how strong Adam Dunn was, I don't know what will. A big factor of why I chose Dunn in the first place was just unique type of playing ability. Dunn was a one-of-a-kind type of player. Aside from Rob Deere, no player ever has had a career such as extreme as Adam Dunn did. Dunn was an absolute one-tool player. He could hit for power, but not much else. He wasn't great at making contact with the ball. He wasn't that great of a fielder. He wasn't that fast, and his throwing arm was just decent for the player who he was. SB Nation made a video about Adam Dunn and called him a 3-true outcome type of player, meaning that most of the time, Dunn either walked, struck out, or hit a home run when he got up to bat. He didn't hit many singles, he didn't hit a ton of doubles, and amassed only 10 triples in his entire career. As long balls and strikeouts become more common with each passing year, I feel like Adam Dunn almost paved the way for these 3-true outcome type of player. One who hits about 220 to 230, belts 40-plus home runs, and strikes out about 200 times in a season, while walks can be debated. To name just a few of these players include Chris Carter, Chris Davis, Mark Reynolds, and Joey Gallo. While there is no direct correlation between these players, it kind of makes you wonder if Adam Dunn influenced their playing ability or made them feel less stressed about hitting at a higher average. Remember I said Dunn had one of the most contradicting plate disciplines ever? Well, Dunn had 8 seasons of 100-plus walks. He also led the league in strikeouts 4 times, and may be the only player in history to lead the league in both walks and strikeouts in a single season, as he did in 2012. Dunn finished his career with the third most strikeouts in history and recorded the second most strikeouts in a single season with 222 in 2012, falling only one strikeout short of Mark Reynolds' record of 223 in 2009. Dunn also had 5 seasons where he hit below 220, and his 2011 season was one of the worst in MLB history, hitting a grim 159 with 11 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 66 hits in 122 games. Dunn's final career line consisted of a 237 batting average, 462 home runs, 1,168 RBIs, 1,097 runs, 1,631 hits, 63 stolen bases, a 237 batting average, a 364 on base percentage, a 490 slugging percentage, an 854 OPS, which culminated to a 17.9 wins above replacement. And Dunn's 162 game average obtained via baseballreference.com was a 237 average, 132 hits, 37 home runs, 95 RBIs, 107 walks, and 193 strikeouts. Dunn's offensive numbers are noteworthy to say the least, as 37 home runs, 95 RBIs, and 107 walks per season would be intriguing to any team. However, the 237 average and 193 strikeouts are a huge drawback to these offensive attributes. Beyond that, a 17.9 wins above replacement isn't too high for a player who played for 14 seasons. However, it's often hard for a DH-like slugger to obtain a high wins above replacement. After 14 seasons in the big leagues, Dunn finally made it to the postseason for the first time in his career after being traded to the A's in the 2014 trade deadline. Dunn had also announced that 2014 would be his final season earlier that year. However, the A's played the Royals in the winner-takes-all wildcard game, and Dunn sat the bench as a potential pinch hitter for a clutch moment in the game. In one of the greatest back-and-forth games in recent history, the Royals refused to die, walked off in the bottom of the 12th inning, and marched their way to the ALDS. A's manager Bob Melvin never put down in the game, and all he could do was watch his career end before his eyes. That was Dunn's final MLB game, and he never even got a postseason at bat. I mean, come on. You gotta feel bad for the guy. That really sucks. That's baseball, though, and it can't always be perfect. On a side note, Dunn also pitched one game on August 5th, 2014, and finished with a career pitching line of 1 inning pitched, an ERA of 9, 0 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, and 1 earned run. Welcome to the box score. In the eyes of many, a 5-tool player is idealistically the epitome of the perfect baseball player. These 5 tools consist of contact, power, fielding, throwing, and speed. As a player displays their mastery of these skills, they will earn awards that recognize their outstanding talent. Pretty simple, right? My scale, which I call the box score, consists of just that. Contact, power, fielding, combined with basic fielding and arm strength, speed, and an awards category. It's a work in progress, but I feel these 5 categories simplistically and efficiently measure a player's ability. So without further ado, I give you the box score of Adam Dunn. Starting with contact, with a 267 batting average is Dunn's career high, paired with a 237 career average, as well as having 9 of 14 seasons with a sub-250 batting average, I can't give Dunn more than a 3 out of 10. Power is Dunn's strong suit, as this mountain of a man averaged 37 home runs per year, had 12 seasons of 25-plus home runs, amassed 462 bombs, and hit a ball out of the goddamn state of Ohio. For this, Dunn earns a 9 out of 10 for power. Fielding, on the other hand, was not Dunn's strongest suit, as he is ranked one of the 40 worst fielders ever by Bleacher Report, led his league in his respective position in errors 5 times, and had a career defensive WAR of negative 5.9. Dunn earns a mere 2 out of 10 for fielding. As far as speed goes, Dunn moved well for his size, but was by no means fast. Though he did steal 19 bases in 2002, he stole less than 2 bases in 7 of his 14 seasons, earning him a 3 out of 10 for speed. And in terms of awards, Dunn surprisingly didn't earn much, only being elected to 2 All-Star games and winning AL Comeback Player of the Year in 2012. Despite his tremendous power, Dunn never participated in a home run derby nor won a Silver Slugger, earning Dunn a 3 out of 10 for awards. Add all together, get a grand total of 20 out of 50, divided by 5 categories is 4 on the dot. Though Dunn is not numerically the greatest player, he was still one hell of a slugger, and one of the most entertaining players to watch as a kid. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a suggestion for a player you want to see me analyze, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you loved the vid, hit the like button, or if you thought it sucked, give it a thumbs down. I've linked a bunch of Dunn's stats and highlights like the 535-foot home run and SB Nation's analysis of him if you want to go and check them out. All stats in this video were obtained from baseballreference and MLB.com, and stay tuned for more analyses in store. Thanks for watching.